So today, our first news is, what do you think it is? As you all may know, the election was over a few hours ago, and we have a new president-elect, who is Mr. Donald Trump. This is his second time in office, and it makes him, I think, the second president to lose power and then come back for it. So this is something that is great for the Republican Party and for Mr. Donald Trump. And also it is disappointing for the Democratic Party and Miss Kamala Harris, who is the current VP or Vice President. So the election went on yesterday, the 5th of November. Everybody went out to vote. There was a lot of tension. Well, I would say it was subtle tension. People were campaigning for who they wanted to win, and after everything was done, President Donald Trump was announced the victor. He went on stage when he was up by 277, and when Mrs. Harris was up 224. Mr. Donald Trump is a president-elect. If you go across the nation, there are a lot of people who are happy, a lot of people who lean towards the president-elect Donald J. Trump, who are extremely happy, and there are people who are sad, who lean towards Vice President Kamala Harris, who are sad. And no matter where you stay or where you stand, just know that we're one country, we're one people. After all is said and done, we still need each other. This is going to happen time and time again, but let's make sure we put at the back of our heads that no politician or no political party is important than your well-being, than your state of mind, than you taking care of yourself. So let's keep that in mind. With the outcome of the presidential election, there are a lot of people or a lot of presidents or well-known figures that have congratulated Donald J. Trump. I think one of them is Mark Cuban, which came as a surprise since he openly expressed his support towards President Joe Biden's re-election. And when President Joe Biden stepped down, he expressed his support towards VP Kamala Harris. Before the election was announced, he posted on his Twitter, or X, I apologize, "Congrats at real Donald Trump. You won fair and square. Congrats to at Elon Musk as well. Hashtag Godspeed." So that was Mark Cuban. He posted that. A lot of celebrities have also posted, some expressing their disappointment, some expressing their excitement. Elon Musk also posted. He said, "The people of America gave at real Donald Trump a crystal clear mandate for change tonight." And he posted that at 1:25 a.m. on November 6th. Other presidents like President Zelensky of Ukraine also congratulated President Donald Trump on his election and said he hopes for the best between the two countries, which is Ukraine and the United States. However, there are other presidents that are looking at him with a side eye. We know before the election was announced, when a lot of people unanimously said President Trump is winning and he's going to win, President Trump took to stage and thanked the people. He had great words for Elon Musk and expressed how much he loved Elon Musk. He was there with his family. He was there with his supporters. J.D. Vance's vice was there with his wife and a lot of people that supported his campaign and the Republican Party. Up on stage was a bald-headed man who is popular, who a lot of people know, and that was Dana White. So I, for one, was surprised seeing him. I don't know. I know he's been a supporter of President J. Trump for a long time, but I didn't know he was going to be on stage. So President Trump looks to Dana White, had the crowd cheer him on, and then he gave him the podium. And this is what Dana White said.
Doing so well. I'd like to ask Dana just to say a couple of words because people love to hear from him. Dana, please.
Nobody deserves this more than him, and nobody deserves this more than his family does. This is what happens when the machine comes after you. What you've seen over the last several years, this is what it looks like. Couldn't stop him. He keeps going forward. He doesn't quit. He's the most resilient, hard-working man I've ever met in my life. His family are incredible people. This is karma, ladies and gentlemen. He deserves this. They deserve it as a family. I want to thank some people real quick. I want to thank the Nelt Boys, Aiden Ross, Theo Vaughn, Bustin' with the Boys, and last but not least, the mighty and powerful Joe Rogan. And thank you, America. Thank you. Have a good night.
That is a piece of work.
So that is what Dana White said. And President Trump also said this on the stage.
Well, I want to thank you all very much. This is great. These are our friends. We have thousands of friends on this incredible movement. This was a movement like nobody's ever seen before. And frankly, this was, I believe, the greatest political movement of all time. There's never been anything like this in this country, and maybe beyond. And now it's going to reach a new level of importance because we're going to help our country heal. We're going to help our country heal. We have a country that needs help, and it needs help very badly. We're going to fix our borders. We're going to fix everything about our country. And we made history for a reason tonight, and the reason is going to be just that. We overcame obstacles that nobody thought possible, and it is now clear that we've achieved the most incredible political thing. Look what happened. Is this crazy? But it's a political victory that our country has never seen before, nothing like this. I want to thank the American people for the extraordinary honor of being elected your 47th president and your 45th president. And every citizen, I will fight for you, for your family, and your future. Every single day I will be fighting for you, and with every breath in my body, I will not rest until we have delivered the strong, safe, and prosperous America that our children deserve and that you deserve. This will truly be the golden age of America. That's what we have to have. This is a magnificent victory for the American people that will allow us to make America great again.
Yes, so that is what he said on the stage. And he said he's a man of the people. He said he's going to keep all his promises. So let's see how the next 4 years go. He also admitted to the fact that he had his last political campaign and it felt surreal and everything like that. So we're not going to see him on the campaign stage ever again because this is going to be his last term. So let's see how it goes. And let's remember we're one people, regardless of your political divide, wherever you may find yourself. Let's stick together. Let's not make division win. We should unite. All right. So I got another story for you, and it is here. Former news anchor Chauncy Glover has died at the age of 39. He was an anchor for KCAL CBS, and this comes as a sad news. I wasn't too familiar with him, but I came across some of his work, and it is so sad that he passed away. 39 is relatively young. Life begins at 40, as the saying goes. It's cliche. But he passed away, and that is a sad news. So according to the Mirror US, is its famous KCAL CBS anchor, Chauncy Glover died at the age of 39, leaving behind many broken-hearted fans and family. The news channel announced his death on Tuesday. As of now, Chauncy's cause of death is unknown. The TV personality is a three-time Emmy winner who moved to Los Angeles, California in September 2023 to become a part of the television station as a news anchor. He worked for ABC 13 before KCAL CBS. Amid his passing, Chauncy's family released a statement speaking on the late award-holding journalist. We, Sherry and Robert Glover, along with Chauncy's beloved family, are devastated by the unimaginable loss of our beloved Chauncy. His family statement read, "He was more than a son and a brother. He was a beacon of light in our lives and a true hero to his community." The statement also read, many of Chauncy's fans flooded X, formerly Twitter, with their condolences, admitting they were surprised to learn that he passed. OMG, this is shocking news. Sending my deepest condolences to his family and friends during this difficult time, one X user wrote. Another shared. I am so sorry to read this. Chauncy is not only an excellent anchor or reporter, he was an outstanding man. I loved reading about his project to mentor and influence young boys and teens. My deepest condolences to his family. This is so sad. Chauncy is a beautiful soul with a bright smile, and as his friend stated on X, he was one that was particular about being a positive influence on young guys coming up. He wanted to empower them, to mentor them. It's sad that he went at a relatively young age of 39. The cause of death has still not been revealed. My deepest condolences to him, his family, and friends. So the third and final story is this 49-year-old woman from Indiana who sat on a 10-year-old boy to teach him a lesson. This story was heartbreaking to me. I was so mad at this woman. How can somebody who thinks straight do this? And the woman is big. I mean, big. She is a 340-pound woman, and I did not say it. The news said it. She was so big. She caught the child telling the neighbor about how he was being mistreated, and to punish him, she thought it wise to lay the child flat and sit on his midsection. Sat on his midsection till the child passed. So according to Law and Crime, it says a 49-year-old woman in Indiana is facing years behind bars after admitting to her role in killing her 10-year-old foster son by sitting on the boy's midsection for several minutes after he had asked a neighbor to call 911 because he was being abused. Jennifer Lee Wilson on Tuesday pleaded guilty to one count of reckless homicide in the young boy's death. This is so sad. The boy is Dakota Stevens. In Indiana, an individual convicted with reckless homicide faces up to 6 years in the state's correctional facility and a maximum fine of $10,000. Look, excuse me to say, this is BS. This is BS. She deliberately did that. Why is it going to be a reckless homicide charge? This is a first-degree murder charge. She premeditatedly did that. If for nothing at all, second-degree murder, because he abused the child and sat on him till he passed. So she premeditatedly did that. She knew what she was going to do, and at a point in time, sitting on the child, you should realize, no, something's happening. The child is going to pass. Something's wrong. I should get up. She sat her 340-pound self on the child's midsection, a 10-year-old boy's midsection, and the best you could charge her with was reckless homicide. Reckless homicide, where she faced up to 6 years and $10,000. That is injustice, in my opinion. I think it is so sad. As Law and Crime previously reported, deputies with the Porter County Sheriff's Office at about 3:30 p.m. on April 25th, 2024, responded to a call regarding an unresponsive 10-year-old at home in the 200 block of Falcon Way in Valparaiso, Indiana, which is about 150 miles northwest of Indianapolis. Once there, first responders found the boy, later identified as Dakota, lying on the ground near the home's driveway. Someone was providing CPR to the boy, who deputy said was not conscious, not breathing, and had no pulse. He was dead. He was dead. This woman clearly murdered this child. Come on, guys. What do you think about this? I think this woman clearly murdered him. This woman murdered the child, a 10-year-old child. Reckless homicide is not enough. Reckless homicide is the best she can get. I mean, it's doing her a favor at this point. She has to learn a lesson. Nobody does that. Nobody sits on a 10-year-old child till he passes out or till he dies. This story really got me furious. It really did, both from her and the justice system. So please educate me. If there's something I'm not getting, if there's something that makes this a reckless homicide charge, please let me know. I'm open to learning about this. So that is what happened. My condolences go to Dakota's family. The boy did not deserve that. The boy was being abused. I don't know where his family was, and that is crazy, because part of the story also says Wilson stated that when she attempted to stop him from leaving, she does not know if she tackled Dakota or they fell to the ground. However, her intention was to hold him, the court filing stated. Wilson explained that Dakota had been acting out all day and at one point refused to do his chores and left the house, according to a probable cause affidavit. Dakota reportedly exited and screamed that he was leaving. Wilson stated that when she attempted to stop him from leaving, she does not know if she tackled Dakota or they fell to the ground. However, her intention was to hold him. Police said the footage from a Ring doorbell camera showed Wilson laid on Dakota's midsection near the area of his head and neck, while the footage initially showed the boy fighting and flailing to get free. Police said 2 clips that run for about 7 minutes show Wilson sitting on top of a motionless Dakota. Come on. At this point, I think she's copping. She's trying to minimize the situation. I don't think her intention was to hold him down. You sit on a child for 7 minutes between his head and his neck. 1 minute pass, 2 minutes pass, 3 minutes pass. The child is not responding. He starts flailing and now motionless. Nothing occurs to you that there's something wrong with the child. Come on, you murdered that child. No matter how bad a child acts up, you don't murder a child. You don't do that. It should have occurred to you when the child was motionless that there's something wrong. So my heart goes out to Dakota. This is sad. All right, so we'll end it here. This is the news. Thank you for sticking with me around the world with Steven. We're trying this out. This is my first video. But pardon me if there were any hiccups, if there was anything that you didn't appreciate, you didn't like. I'm getting better. The ceiling is high. The ceiling is high. And thank you for joining me. We're going to bring you more news, more happenings as it comes. And I appreciate you all for sticking by me. Thank you so much. Adios.